smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, hello. It's so nice to see you. Chuchi, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not crazy by crazy lady. Hello, it's so nice to see you. Thank you all for being here. Hello, hello. I don't want to skip anybody. Sharon, hello. Nice to see you. Lady Q, Millie, hello. I am so glad you're all here. Michelle Davis, hello. Nice to see you. Hello, everyone. Dawn Emery, Mamaw, hello. Great to see you. Thank you for being here and listening. I am so glad you're here. Let's see here. I'm sorry if I skipped over anyone. Gypsy, hello. Hello, hello. Busy Mama, hi, nice to see you. Sebastian's Army, hello, hello. Uh-oh, let's see. Okay, let's see. I don't mean to make y'all wait. I apologize. I thank y'all for coming in and giving me your time. Mary Harris is here. Hello, hello. Kimberly, hello, my sweet friend. Trying to see. Connie. Alcoholic, hello, hello. Green Eyes, hello. Lady for Justice, hello. And I missed somebody up there. I see you, Lady for Justice. Thank you. Thank you so much, lady. Green eyes. I love to see green eyes in here. Let's see. Lady for Justice, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I appreciate you. Hey, Don, salute to you. Hello, hello. I wanted to come on here for a short live. We are on the, I would say the jury watch. We are on the public jury watch, honey. Public opinion watch. How about that? We are on the public opinion watch. I don't know if y'all can see my whole entire, once I put my thumbnail up, I'm like, darn, they can't even see everything I said, but it's workman's comp, seized cars, missing babies. What's next? What's next? Burning houses, all the things. Hey, Michelle's Jewelry. Hello. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you. Where is Summer and Sebastian? 1-800. Hello, hello. What? We don't even know what's next, do we? Well, I had a few videos that I just saw, and actually, since I freaked around, let's see what Don's saying. Was out there last night, and it got, well, was you one of the ones out there last night? I don't know if you seen my video from today or not, honey. I was trying to sleep and do all the things, and it did get wild, honey. I was trying to sleep, then I'd wake up, and I was like, what is going on? I agree, Green Eyes. I agree. They are coming for them. We're on the arrest watch, not the jury watch. We are on the arrest watch, honey. The arrest is coming. It really is. Let's see. It was. It was. Look, I don't even know where to start. So what I want to do is, I think what I want to do for it, because everybody and their brother is going to get this. Not that I had to be first or anything, but I already piddled around now long enough. It's going to get old. And look, I always forget. I thank everybody for letting me share their things. Y'all know I'm not one of these real experienced YouTubers. So, I told one of my mods earlier today, I said, I always forget when I was getting time. I actually spoke to Justin today by phone on another matter. And I praised him. Y'all need to praise him, honey, instead of anybody ever kicking my friend down. Y'all need to praise him because listen, I don't know how he keeps up with it. This case alone has tore me up just trying to keep up with anything. Any of these people doing JLR, and he's only got one mod, honey. I'm just telling y'all. Any of them. Listen, we all need to come together. We all need to come together. I'm just saying. But look, big, small, tall, short, anything. I'm just saying. Okay, listen. Back to the no nonsense here. Okay. When I was going in Justice, let me get back to the program, Smiley. Come on back. Come on back to reality. When I was going in Justin's a lot, I don't have a lot of time now, and I apologize to him for that. I remembered to play music, and I don't always remember that now because things go out of my head. I got my mind on other things. So forgive me, y'all, if I'm not doing things properly for copyrights and stuff like that. I'm so sorry. You get out of the habit of things sometimes. So thank you to anybody and everybody, because I'm using everybody's stuff along with my own stuff. Just thank you. These cases are important to me. Okay. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you for gifting and always supporting. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me put my music on now, just very lowly here. And I'll turn it down. turn it down. I apologize now in advance if I don't do everything the proper way. Okay? Y'all know me. I'm just trying to do what I remember. Okay. So thank you. Everybody's been so kind. I want to get this video out. And man, thank all the TikTokers too. Let's see. Let's see if I remember to play this one first. Shit. Hold on a minute. Let's see. I think this is the one I want to play first. I think. Hold on. Shit. Oh, this is it. Okay. This is it. Okay. Y'all listen to this. Listen to this. Murder by Nature podcast. Okay. Credit to her. All right. Now, hold on.
Sorry, I got a message from a family member, and I'm going to only leave it at family member for this video because they want to be anonymous. But it is from a family member. If they want to come forward later on and confirm that this is all true, that is on them, but I'm going to leave it as a family member. Now, this family member gave me some very interesting information, and I know some families speaking out, and that's been confirmed with other people. I have not had that until today. So I'm going to go through the information they get. I have it written down because I want to make sure that I get everything correct. But they let me know that no one in their family, and this is on Rebecca's side, believes their story anymore. They supported her in the beginning. They begged her to take the lie detector test.
All right, it's down
but
here.
Now they see that something is wrong. Something's not right. Rebecca also never mentioned Jake's past to her family. They had no idea about the past of the criminal charges and all that until this came out. They found out when we all found out. So that is very odd that they were keeping all that away. It seems like they were together for quite some time. Her family has also stated that she never brought the baby around. They have never met the baby. They have only met the 2-year-old daughter. They would even tease her about it, saying, oh, the baby's not real, thinking that the baby didn't exist. And I want to make it very clear, before all of this happened, like before she had the baby, they weren't in contact with her for 3 years. And I think that that is kind of like they weren't in contact, and then now they're in contact. She says she has a baby. They never met the baby, and now this story's happening. They also stated that they never met Jake until just all of this kind of rolling out. Now, I want to keep that family member anonymous like they're asking, but with her family coming out and saying this, and this is her family, that is, to me, very wild. And I know, like with the video yesterday, you see her walking into the frame. Someone did post on X or Twitter, whatever it's called now, that in that frame it was altered so the time was sped up. So you can't really see, is she rushing, is she running, or is she just walking? Like, it's not very visible on how to see that because it's sped up. And I know it's because it's surveillance footage. You need to speed it up to feed it into this video. So they did go out and say that. Now, with Rebecca, it has been confirmed that she does have a lawyer now. Someone put the comment of her lawyer name. They said that it's a good one, but they do have separate lawyers. I think that this case is going to start to take a turn over the weekend, and more information is going to come out. The police are keeping as much information close to their chest as possible, but that liquor store video is going to be the smoking gun in this case. It says that it can see her. That's what the lawyer said, his lawyer, that it can see her. So once that gets released, that is going to be the smoking gun. And I think because it is, the police are not going to release it for a while. But from what I'm getting, all the information that's coming out, we're either going to find out that she's telling the truth, which I think we all pray for, that she's telling the truth and the baby will be found safe, or we're going to see an arrest very soon.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why I believe that. Hold on. Why I believe that is because it had already come out. I can't remember. So much has been going on. I don't want to call out and be wrong. I don't know if it was on the, I'll just say if it was on the detectives, active detectives or not. But anyway, I don't remember whose channel it was on, but I saw it in the last day or two. She's not naming, this girl right here is not, this TikToker is not naming the family member, but unless they want to come out. But the reason that I believe this is it's already come out. And I don't know if it was in the news. Listen, y'all don't know how my head's spinning. Get up here and do this. That's all I can tell you. Get up here and do this. And I don't consider myself a YouTuber, so get up here and do this. Okay? Now, the reason I'm saying I believe this is because, one, the ex-husband of Rebecca's has already come out and he's said he wanted to be anonymous. That's number one. I don't think he even lives in the same state. They have children together, my understanding. It was already said and was kind of laughed at and said, I don't know if the children don't communicate with the ex-husband or the father or whatever or not. See, sometimes you got to pay attention to the entire thing that's being said. And things do happen. So this family member, whoever this is, contacted this person. She didn't contact them. They contacted her and gave her this information. I can see it happening. I know there's people in my family that contact each other and say, did you hear so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so? So maybe this father contacted and now he's letting her know that everybody believed Rebecca up until so-and-so date. Okay? I'm just telling you my feelings and what I think. So I do want to get this out. Everybody can have their own opinions. And you can believe what you want. I just know you can say what you want. But I know when I come on here on Summer Wells, I made a mistake once. Remember that, y'all? Anybody? Hey, Cricket. So, I don't think this is a mistake. I think she's telling the truth. I think they contacted her. It's already been put out. And I could be mistaken, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was by the detective. I'm just saying. So we can all have our own opinions, but let's remember to keep the focus on what the issues are here. A baby is missing. Okay? Everybody knows, and everybody knows arrests are coming soon. All right, we're going to listen to Miss Amy. She has a PhD. Let's listen to her.
Beginning to close in on Jake and Rebecca Haro and the disappearance of their son. I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI. Let me explain the evidence that's come out in this case. Obviously, we've talked about this very suspicious black eye, but there's been a lot of conversation about the child and his appearance and if he had some sort of disability. There's an aunt who said he was developmentally delayed and that he was just cross-eyed. She said he was like a little bit slow and cross-eyed. And then there's been some speculation online that maybe this is the result of some sort of injury. Some of that might come from the fact that Jake, the father of this child, actually has criminal convictions for beating a child in the past, a very young child. He was previously arrested and convicted on a felony child cruelty charge for a child who was his infant child, and I'm told that the injuries in that case included things like skull fractures and rib fractures. So there's speculation that perhaps that baby and maybe this baby have been shaken. Obviously, shaken baby syndrome is a very serious thing. I've worked with cases like this in the past. I have never worked a case that involved a child who was shaken and did not pass from their injuries. Obviously, the photos that we have of this child, or at least the ones that have been released to the public, are not very good. You can only see the child from the side. This is from his grandmother's Facebook page, actually, from his mother's Facebook page, so Rebecca's mother. And in this image, he does not seem to have his eyes crossed. It's hard for me to tell. Here's another image also from the grandmother's Facebook page, and his eyes don't appear crossed here, and his lips seem to have a different posture. The child's grandmother posted this back in April, so I don't know if there's a difference between then and now. I know there's a lot of speculation about it. I can't really tell from the photographs, but I agree there's something maybe weird going on here. It has been reported that police have executed several search warrants at the home, and that is not good. What this suggests is that police were able to obtain a search warrant. They were able to get probable cause for a search warrant, and they went out and executed that search warrant and then found something else. One of the reasons that we would go back to the same location and serve additional search warrants, or several search warrants, is because we were executing what's called a piggyback search warrant. A search warrant says the things that we can look for and the things that we could take. So let's just imagine a search warrant said cell phone, knife, glove. If while executing this search warrant, I was looking for a cell phone, but instead I found a confession letter, well, I can't actually seize that. It's not listed out on the search warrant. But since I found it, I might go in front of a judge and say, hey, I have this other thing. I'd like a new warrant to get that thing. So the fact that they executed several search warrants suggests to me that possibly they were executing one search warrant, they found evidence of something they weren't expecting, and they had to get another search warrant in order to continue looking, look in a smaller or different place, or collect that evidence. Very interestingly, they have seized one of the vehicles that belongs to Jake Harrow, the baby's father. Why would police take a vehicle in a kidnapping case? Well, we wouldn't, unless it's the truck, maybe. I don't know if that's her vehicle or if it's registered to him. Maybe we would take it to process it for evidence. If it's not the truck, then there's a couple of different reasons that they might want it. One is to download the infotainment center. That's the center in your car that your phone connects to, where you put in your navigation. It tells us a lot of information about where you've been driving, what doors have been opening, even things like who's been sitting in what seats, because if the airbag sensors are on or off, that's weight activated. So we can get all sorts of information from that. Of course, if they have some sort of suspicion that something happened in the car, for example, a child died in the car, maybe, just speculating, there's going to be more processing that needs to happen. Now, the police have not named the parents as suspects, but they have come out and said, we haven't ruled them out. They're not cooperating with us anymore. We haven't ruled out foul play. Everything is on the table, and everything obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
The parents at this point in time, it does seem that law enforcement.
I think she did this yesterday, and I think that yesterday they did come out and say they were prime suspects on a news station.
Now, I'm curious to know your thoughts. Do you think that this baby was born cross-eyed, or do you think that he was born fine and something has happened between April and now to cause him to look different?
That's a good question. What do y'all think? Do you think he was born like that? If you think he was born like that, put a 1 in the chat with cross-eyed. If you think he was not born like that, put a 2 in the chat. So if you think he was born cross-eyed, put a 1 in the chat. And if you think he was abused or something, put a 2 in the chat. Yeah, interesting, because those pictures, the earlier pictures, show just like my kids, his eyes was perfectly normal. They don't look cross-eyed or anything. And in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, just my opinion, it's correct. Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you for being a member and supporting me for 4 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. In my opinion, all of those pictures are sideways. And you know, the least picture I like the most is the least one I don't like, and I hate to say that about any baby or any picture, is the one where he's laying down kind of on the blanket in the white with I don't have it right in front of me, but he looks like something's definitely wrong there. And I'm wondering if that's why a lot of people did not know about him, not only her family. I'm wondering if he kept them isolated or she was more or less ashamed. And I've seen this question asked many times. I would like to know myself, when was the last time a doctor laid eyes on that baby and did a checkup? I mean, they'll gather all that information and they'll find all that information. And every doctor in the country is a mandated reporter. I believe she's as guilty as he is as well. But I would love to know that. I would love to know that. You know, it's very shocking to me. You know, 7-month-old Emmanuel Harrell's parents have been urged to help in a desperate search for the missing baby. The Uvalde Foundation said, "You will be protected. We will protect you." You know, they withdrew their reward very early on, which they knew something was wrong. And let's see what this says. Hold on. If you look at the picture of him and his mom, the little girl on the bed, you can see that he looks just, I mean, there's some where he looks just fine, and then there's some that looks horrible. That's what the grandmother said. That's the excuse she gave. She said he was stayed in the car. Well, everybody knows that. You know, I think the grandmother and the sister made it worse. No matter if Rebecca was telling the truth or not. You know, I know she's just as guilty, don't get me wrong. But both of them made the whole story just as worse. Just like Grandis did with Candace. When she says, "Oh, no, nobody didn't see him because he hadn't had his shots and she kept him in the car." It's 1,000,000 degrees in California right now. You don't leave a baby in a hot car. That's number one. And then number two, when Rebecca says she got punched from behind and didn't see nothing, didn't see nobody. And then the sister comes on there trying to make things, I guess, better and says she was tapped on the shoulder. I mean, really? You know, it makes no sense. And then she changed her story and said, "I seen white." Well, Jake wears all white all the time. Oh, they changed it up yesterday, though, when they went in town. He had on black and she had on white. Oh, I forgot to post those pictures, didn't I? I did show the picture of her. Thank you, Brianna's World. Hello, hello. Thank you for your support and being a member for 1 month. Love you, honey. Thank you. And that's something. They changed it up a little bit. You know, Lies, lies everywhere. You know, I'd love to know where this child was born, at hospital or at home. You know, that's interesting. Wonder if it was born at home. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm sure it has a birth certificate though, or they wouldn't have probably reported it missing. I would think. I wouldn't think. But anyway, Uvalde, let me get back to this. Uvalde told them, okay, after the lawyer spoke, in my opinion, I feel like that lawyer is a straight up liar, and I'll show you that in a minute. But after the lawyer came up and spoke, Uvalde come back out and said, okay, we'll protect you. You know, you'll be protected as well. All you have to do is go out and search for your child. That's what we want you to do. And then Ellie says they're willing to still talk to both of them, with or without an attorney. And that's before she allegedly got an attorney now. And they say she has the best attorney there is. Unlike Jake, I hear, allegedly. So, what in the world is going on? Are they searching? It don't seem like it. Are they talking? I don't know. I'm hearing different things. Smiley, I'm still stuck on why not come out? Why not even beg your attorney to come out with you or him, Jake? Why not beg your attorney to come out and speak in Spanish for your baby? Where is Emmanuel? They say he's so tore up. Hola? Hello? Why don't mom come out? Get her so good, fine attorney to ask for Emmanuel in Spanish. I don't know. I'm just hung up on that. Hola? Hello? And why, allegedly, why has all the footage from the Ring cameras been deleted before the police went there the other day? Allegedly. Why? Anyone know? With any common sense, anyone knows they can go back and get that. They can still get that. Just saying, it might take a little bit longer. And guess what? The law did get warrants. I said with an S. They did get warrants. And they served those. Fact. Multiple search warrants have been served in connection with this investigation into the disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel Harold. And I do hear they have some type of evidence. I just don't know what. I'm not sure what they have, but I have heard that they do have something. Law enforcement executed search warrants at the Harrow family home, and they collected electronics. I hear they got three of the Xboxes as evidence. They also got phones, iPads, video games, consoles, and a bunch of stuff. Warrant was also issued for the parents' cell phones, and the lawyer says they gave all the passcodes willingly. Well, honey, it don't matter if they gave it willingly or not. It just might take a little bit more time. They might have a little bit more hours of freedom walking around. That's all. It don't matter what this lawyer says. I think he's a dum-dum. That's my opinion. But in addition, law enforcement took the father's car, truck, SUV, whatever you want to call it, as evidence. The warrants confirm investigators are actively gathering evidence from many sources. They are building a case, in my opinion. I think there is facts that we can say everybody standing outside that house, including the news, are on arrest watch, in my opinion. I think that's fair to say. I think the lawyer knows it. I think the parents know it. I think everybody knows it. I think it's a matter of time that, they got their focus on physical and digital evidence. Warrants have been served. Shit's been seized. And in my opinion, they know what's up. The world knows what's up. Rebecca doesn't even see that Jake is waiting to turn on her any minute. No, he'll turn on her, Milky Way girl, just like he turned on everybody else. And he don't care. He's just so nonchalant, in my opinion. He don't care. They're both fake, in my opinion. So why would footage go missing, deleted, when a baby's gone? See, if your parents, in my opinion, and your baby's missing, you're not going to be thinking about hiding nothing. You're not going to be thinking about what's on the doorbell cameras. Should I delete this? Should I delete that? Who cares? Come get it all. Actually, that would be the last thing on my mind is my doorbell camera, and it's the cops going to come take it. That's just me. I wouldn't be thinking about that. I'd be thinking about, where is my child? Who's going to help me? What's next? That's just me. Listen, y'all, don't scroll past this. Y'all make sure you put your thumbs up in here. Hit that thumbs up. Let's share this live everywhere. That's free. Now, I've heard a few things floating around. Rumors, I'm not sure. I'm not here to spread the gossip. I don't know. But in this case, there's bound to be rumors. I don't know what's rumor. I don't know what's fact. But, one thing that is fact, because I saw it with my own eyes, saw it on Dolly's channel earlier. He was riding around. Honey, I had to watch him because he is there. He's boots on the ground. Kudos to him. He drove down the street, and right at the end of the road, there was a liquor store. That was a fact. I don't know if what I heard yesterday was true or false. I don't know. So I won't put the whole story out. But, and I don't know for a fact if Jake drinks or he don't drink. I don't know if what happened to Emmanuel has anything to do with drinking or not drinking. I don't know if it has anything to do with domestic violence or it don't. I don't know. But I know there is a liquor store there within walking distance. That's true. So does Jake drink? I don't know. Could that have anything to do with this? I don't know. Sure. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? But rumors aside, What matters most is this: Emmanuel's still missing. 7 months old. He didn't walk away. He didn't crawl away. We didn't see on that other footage that the camera was pointed towards that car anybody getting out. Not even Rebecca, unless there's something that we're missing and the whole footage wasn't putting out, but we didn't see anybody getting out of that car. Now, did we? And yes, we know from what we're told, and again, that's hearsay, but we're told, and I was just asked that in my email a minute ago, that is what we're told to be true from Big Five employees, that they came in the store, both of them, and they asked, did they have cameras in the parking lot? And the employees asked why, because that is unusual. And they said their car was messed with, a day or so back or whatever, whenever. And they told them no. Well, just like I was asked, well, why didn't they call the police if their car was messed with? Good question. Because it was premeditated. And when and if they're arrested, you better believe when it goes to court, that's going to be all used against them. Because it'll show them coming in there asking that. It sure will. But Emmanuel's a baby. He needs us to keep saying his name and demanding answers. Now, it's been reported, I don't know since I've been on here, it's been reported that they had CPS court today, or court on the 2-year-old today from the custody or, arrangements or whatever. I don't know if it's factually come out in the news. I haven't heard anything factually about that. So we're trying to talk facts here. And I heard several different people saying that the 2-year-old was turned over to the cousin now, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a rumor, if it's true. Here's the thing. I want y'all to remember, until it comes out, I'm not ready to say that's true, because you got to remember the cousin took legal custody, and I don't want it to get mixed up. The cousin took legal custody of Promise, the little girl that Jake almost killed, within an inch of her life, gave her brain damage. That's the fact. He should still be in jail for that, in my opinion. And he's still going to court for that, evidently. And bless that cousin. So I don't know if that cousin took the 2-year-old today. I don't know if maybe another cousin took custody of the 2-year-old. I don't know. But I know, bless the cousin that took Promise. And I know that Emmanuel's still missing. I know one thing. I saw it with my own eyes. I know people was out there literally checking the manholes today. People in that community is mad. They're out for blood. And if these people don't get arrested and hurry up and get these tests back and forensics and whatever it is, and things go worse than they did last night, it's not going to be good for anybody. I'm really worried about that. Also, workman's comp. People's asking, where does Jake and Rebecca work? The word is they don't, but it's coming from many sources. And I got one here from JLR in just a minute I'll show y'all. But it's coming from many sources and many whispers about workman's comp. And they've sued different people that they've worked for. And they've got, you know, they're not working. They're scammers. Why does all that matter? Because that's nothing that they do but scam, scam, scam. Scam. And now they ain't thinking good. If they did something to this baby, which it's not even a very big if, in my opinion, all that too is liable to come back and bite them in the butt. All that too. Let's see if I can pull this up and let's watch another video here. Credit JLR.
Breaking news, shocking new claims I want to share with all of you. Rebecca and Jake Harrow, the two prime suspects in the disappearance of their little 7-month-old baby, Emmanuel. Folks, we've been covering this case since its entirety on JLR Investigates, and I found some new information about the parents. Everyone wants to know about the parents. Do they work? Do they have jobs? How do they live? How do they afford to live? Who's paying their bills? Well, guess what, folks? Whoa, this is some pretty crazy stuff. They, both of them, Rebecca and Jake, over the years, according to public databases, they have filed workers' comp claims from jobs they worked at. For instance, Rebecca used to work at Lowe's. Jake used to work at Amazon and Walmart. And they're claiming over the years that they've been injured at their jobs. All types of injuries, folks. Neck, back, hips. Whoa. I'm going to share Jake. We're going to start out with Jake. This is crazy, folks. Check it out. So check this out right here, everyone. Jake Harrow has worked at numerous jobs.
Yeah, I showed that earlier.
Over the course of the last few years. And look at all these employers right here. Look at these jobs. Walmart, Amazon, Blue Triton Brands, Las Palmas Estates. And each of these jobs that you see here, he filed a workers' comp claim, claiming injuries. And I'm going to go through the injuries of each job. But here's kind of his work history here. Looks like from 2014 to 2018, he worked at Walmart. And then it looks like in 2017, Jake worked for Amazon. And then in 2024, just last year, about a year ago, Blue Triton Brands, which is a water bottling company that has a big building just a couple miles away from Jake and Rebecca's Cabazon home. So he didn't have to travel far for this job. And then I also see...
Okay, could y'all see it when it's big like that? Could y'all see it when it's big like that? I'm just wondering because I'm always scared to touch buttons. But anyway, so all of those jobs, let's see, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8. He had filed workman's comp on. That's just him. How many of y'all would file workman's comp on 8 jobs? What? I'm surprised that even went through. Oh my God. When I first pulled that up and I posted on my post, I thought that was both of theirs. Or I'm not even, that may not even be the same thing that I posted. What? And neither one of them has no jobs. Hold on one second. Can y'all hold on one second? Let me mute this a minute. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I am so sorry. Okay, so now let me turn this back on.
Los Palamos Estates. Now, let's go over the injuries here because this is pretty crazy stuff. Right here. This is Walmart and his claim in 218. And this is what Jake is claiming. He's claiming he suffered arm, elbow injuries, wrist injuries, back, including back muscles, spine and spinal cord injury, leg, not specified, multiple parts, more than 5 major parts. So he claims workers' comp in 218 from Walmart from all these injuries. Let's go on. Here's more. Look at this right here. 2022. And this is Los Palamos Estates. Jake worked there and claims that he suffered ab damage, something to do with an abdomen, including internal organs and groin, a groin injury, body part, chest, including ribs, breastbone, and the internal organs of the chest, shoulders, shoulder injury, knee injury, he said he suffered, digestive system, stomach. So he's claimed workers' comp from Los Palamos Estate in 2022. Let's go on. There's more. Right here, Walmart in 218. He's claiming another claim from 214 to 218. Look at that 4-year span. Jake's saying that he has problems with his hips, pelvis, pelvic organs, tailbone, buttocks, problems with his butt, knee. Whoa. Let's go on.
Well, honey, they didn't have no problems having kids. I'm just saying. So how you gonna have all them problems and have all them kids? He don't have no problems beating the crap out of nobody, including his kids. What? And yeah, digestive issues? Really? I can't wait to hear her issues. Oh, let's carry on.
Go on, there's more. Blue Triton Brands, which is the company that's down the road from Jake and Rebecca in 2022 through 2024 up to last year, October 2024. He's claiming he has arm, elbow, head of radius injury, wrist, hand, not wrist or fingers, hand, including back muscles, spine, and spinal cord. He's saying that he has hip injuries, including pelvis, pelvic organs, tailbone, and buttocks. Whoa, this guy's filing all types of claims. Here's another one. When he worked at Amazon. And on this Amazon in 217, Jake is claiming back injuries, including back muscles, spine, spinal cord, body part 2, hips, including pelvic organs, pelvic, tailbone, buttocks, again, knee. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? He keeps getting hurt? What's going on? And then another one in Walmart, 11/8/18, arm, wrist, back, leg, multiple parts. You get the point here. Jake has filed all these workers' comp claims, including last year from a company just down the road from his house. Is he still collecting money from them? Whoa. Jake got all those injuries over the years from all these jobs. Folks, let's call it as it is. It appears to be a scam. And his whole scheme is going from employer to employer, getting a job, and then in the course of working for that job, he suddenly gets injured and then starts collecting money as long as he can. And then when he can't collect the money anymore, he jumps to the next job and does the same thing. History repeats itself. And then, as you saw there, just down the street from where they live in Cabazon, he worked for a water bottling company and filed a claim as recent as less than a year ago. So he might be collecting the money right now.
And think about that. He goes from being injured. This is how you know it's a scam. He goes from being injured, his hands, his elbows, his knees, his back, his hips, to going to get another job that's hard work, a bottling company, okay, a factory, a harder job, harder than Walmart. Are you with me so far? Really? Somebody needs to clank, clankety, clank, clank, clank. Yeah, he's a monster and a scammer. That's what I want to know. Did they have a life policy on him? I also want to know, did he have one on promise, only she didn't die? Because that little girl, she has a tracheostomy. She's brain damaged. That little girl was within an inch of her life. And he needs to still be locked up. I'm just saying.
Now, as he's not working, as his son is missing, the other child taken away. We don't know much about the other children. There's been multiple children in this case. Now, Rebecca Lowe's, let's talk about her. She filed a claim or something. She worked for Lowe's. She's claiming she was injured at the job on New Year's Eve 2023. Check it out. Now here is Rebecca. Rebecca Harrow herself has filed a workers' comp claim in the past. Lowe's company, Lowe's. And it says here the date. Look at this. New Year's Eve 2023. New Year's Eve at Lowe's. She is claiming she got injured working at Lowe's. What exactly are her injuries? Let's look. Here you go. And what she's saying is 12/31/2023. She had neck, back, including back muscles, injury, spine, spinal cord. Says here, trunk, use for the side, a trunk, multiple parts, any combination of the above parts. So, whoa. So both of them filing workers' comp claims over the years. Is this a scam? Are they really injured? Or is this a way for them to go to a job, claim they got hurt, and then collect money and then jump to the next job? Because now both of them are filing claims. Very suspicious. Where do you think it's legit? All right, so maybe they're legit, though. What do you think? I don't think so, folks. Both of them collecting workers' comp. They know what they're doing here.
All right, y'all can, I got the wrong thing. Oh, hold on. So I just wanted to show y'all that. Y'all can watch the rest on JLR if you want to. Because I think they're scammers. I think they're doing everything that they can to scam everybody and do whatever they want. Get and do whatever they want. I hear that's a family home and, it's not theirs. So there's that part. Let's see. Let's see. I got something for this son of a bitch. hold on.
Thing to exhibit any behaviors of somebody that is trying to be deceptive. He is not in any way running, hiding, or doing anything to exhibit any behaviors of somebody that is trying to be deceptive in this case. Jake is wholeheartedly emotionally torn up. I prayed with Jake multiple times yesterday. I can tell you that Jake and his wife have not slept. They have not ate. They are doing everything in their power to try to find their son. The major concern at this point is, how do you find your son when law enforcement has your vehicle? Law enforcement has every way that you can contact the outside world. How do they participate in the search? They're limited financial means, and it's very clear that their own community is going against them without any definitive evidence that they did anything wrong.
Okay, let's listen to him again, if I can. Hold on.
Behaviors of somebody that is not in any way running, hiding, or doing anything to exhibit any behaviors of somebody that is trying to be deceptive in this case. Jake is wholeheartedly emotionally torn up. I prayed with Jake multiple times yesterday. I can tell you that Jake and his wife have not slept. They have not ate. They are doing everything in their power to try to find their son. The major concern at this point is, how do you find your son when law enforcement has your vehicle? Law enforcement has every way that you can contact the outside world. How do they participate in the search? They're limited financial means, and it's very clear that their own community is going against them without any definitive evidence that they did anything wrong.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you, Mr. Attorney. First of all, they have a car, evidently, because they've been getting around. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he needs to stop speaking for Rebecca. He's done made it very clear on Ashley Banfield News Nation that he is not her attorney. And he's going to advise his client, and his client is going to roll on Rebecca. And first of all, if he's so worried about how are they supposed to look for their baby with no way, no phone, which he falsely, he lied on Ashley and said, there's their phone number on it, instead of just saying, but their phone number is disconnected. Instead of putting that little tidbit of information on there. Maybe he should get them a burner phone or something to use. Or maybe he should just walk outside with them and help them plead with one of the news stations or anybody. And maybe he should help them speak in Spanish for the child. Or maybe he should start advising them to go on the news stations with him, like when he was on Ashley Banfield, and he should answer the questions like some lawyers do with their clients. Since Jake is so tore up, maybe he should give his client a ride to the police station. There was a YouTuber that was once on here, and I'm going to use his words. We didn't get along too good, but I'm going to use his words. Mr. Attorney, you ain't too good at this. You ain't too good at this. You ain't too good at your job, honey. You ain't too good at this. It's a shame. It's a shame. That was the last one. Sorry, that was just, uh-oh, let me see. Get my YouTube down. That was just my YouTube. So that was the last one I had. Did you see that behavioral panel? Actually, no. I've got to go back and watch that. Girl, you don't even know how busy I've been. I do have to go back and watch that. And I will. I promise I will. So much has been going on in this case. There's no telling what, honestly, will happen next, or whatever. I will watch that one. I am anxious to see what he says. And I still have that one. I will watch it. But right now, all we can do is pray that a rest comes, and we can just continue to pray for Emmanuel. A lot of stuff's going to be going on. And one thing that they didn't take into account, and that's why I say your past can always come back to bite you. And all this whisper about this workman's comp stuff and these false things that they did and these scams that they did, that just might also come up and come back to bite them. They never thought, while they were abusing and possibly unaliving, I'll just say, or trying to, that someday that the media would be in their business and, fraud or defraud in their and it just might, if that's what they want. Because police are doing all right now, and that's probably what they're in to their financial records. And that's why it matters. They'll be, because these children into their finances, their banks, benefits, all the things, and consistencies, and it does matter, and it will matter in a work. Everybody wants to know why YouTubers and TikTokers and all that so nosy. Well, it all matters. And if you think we're nosy, what do you think the state is going to do? They're going to tear their asses up. You know what? Sleuthers and TikTokers and YouTubers and nosy people, detectives and stuff would never admit it. Police would never admit it. But it really only makes their job easier, because all they got to do is go verify it, honestly. It's all right there. Like I said, you're on arrest watch, and I would advise y'all, go watch who you want, go study, go look, find all the things, continue what you're doing, because I think it's going to be a long night. Keep the prayers open, just hope and pray that means somewhere. So, I will see y'all on the streets. I didn't think it'd be such a long life. I will see y'all on the YouTube streets. Y'all check it out. Love you. Thumbs up. Don't forget, thumbs up. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for your support. I love you all.